Let's read Proverbs 31 together. The sayings of King Lemuel contain this message, which his mother taught him. So just to quickly jump in before we start, it's basically the whole Proverbs was this picture of the father teaching his son or telling his son what he had learned, and in this verse it is where the mother talks to her son. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol. For if they drink, they may forget the law, and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty, and remember their troubles no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless, and see that they get justice. A wife of noble character. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings she plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. We all know this chapter so well, and I know I've read it many of times, but especially this time when I read it, I had some emotions bubble up. It was just like sometimes when you read certain verses or chapters and it's like there's something new opening for you or something else. You see it in a new way. And that was what it was this morning for me. Usually I think, and it's in my perception, we look at this verse and it's like, what is a good wife? What is a good woman of God? How does that picture look like? And this time it wasn't necessarily for me this list of steps or things that I need to have like ticked off. Yes, I do this. More in a sense of, what is my character like? And for me, what I see or experience out of this chapter today is basically the fruits of the Spirit. This is a practical way how she lives out the fruit of the Spirit. And Yes, this is a nice picture for us or an inspiration to have. It doesn't say be a cookie cutter like her, like making your own bed linen and so on, but it is how to be kind, how to be caring, how to make a place, a safe space for others to be themselves and just to feel safe. So me sitting at God's feet, and how does that look like practically? But with this end, it is so what I'm really trying personally to live out, and my prayer is that whatever I do in life, every day, every conversation that I have, may it glorify God's name. So the last sentence of the last chapter, this very famous chapter, and also book of Proverbs, let her deeds publicly declare her praise. It's our worship. Our worship is not just music and singing at church on a Sunday or, the worship music. It's our deeds. Through our deeds, we worship God. And it's through our deeds and our character, the way we live, that shows God. And that has been my prayer, especially the last few months, making choices in my life, starting certain new projects and wondering if I should or I shouldn't. And at the end of the day, I'm like, God, whatever it is that I'm doing, may it glorify your name. So when I read that, it was just like that last stamp for me in my heart. And finishing this book of Proverbs with that is like, in all things you do. Whole book is filled with so much wisdom and knowledge and what to do, what not to do, but in a sense, like, there are two roads. If you go down this one, yes, you're gonna have fun and life, whatever, but it's gonna lead to death. Or the other one with wisdom and knowledge, and you're gonna have a good life. It's not to say life is going to be easy and bad things aren't gonna happen, but it's going to be a good life. And just ending with that sentence, just being out of all of it, may it glorify God's name. It was good to read that. And then just also like, let's not miss that Proverbs 31 is not just about the woman, but it's also about the leadership of the man. We always focus on Proverbs 31 of this is wife of noble character, but what comes just before that? And that's why it's also so important to read everything, to read the whole chapter, to know what is really situation around it all. And it is guidance for the man, for the leader, for the husband. And also what's standing out for me, it's like very focused on standing up or speaking up for those who can't. Like also a protector out of all of it. A fighter. So just what it is to be a good leader, what to do and not to do, very practical. That is it from the book of Proverbs. I will be continuing this and sharing Bible chapters and verses and just life in general. So if you like this, please leave a comment and share what you got out of Proverbs 31 as well as Proverbs as a whole. What is your opinion? And then I will see you guys at the next Bible study. Enjoy your day. Bye.